Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan from Thundertopia here. You may know me as ThunderFilez, where I make top moves lists and move collections. I created Thundertopia for a creative wrestling outlet so I could put original content up on here, but I will still absolutely be doing ThunderFilez, so don't worry about that. I'm going to start with a 2023 AEW men's roster tier list. I figured I'd ruffle some feathers with some people. I feel like that would be some fun. I'm going to rate these guys as they are now and not for what they did in the past. So what they're doing currently in AEW, not what they've already accomplished. And I will probably be breezing through some of these guys that I don't watch as much. So remember that, keep that in mind as well. So we're going to be starting things off here with Aaron Solo. I haven't seen much of the guy. I know that was in a faction for a little bit, but he was always on the bottom of the card. From what I've seen, he belongs in Dark. So, Action Andretti, different story. I think he's actually has a lot to bring to the table. Hasn't really developed on the mic too much yet, but he's actually really solid in the ring, so I'm going to give him a B. Adam Cole, baby. The man's injured right now, but he's got to be the devil, right? Come on. I mean, who else could be the devil in AEW? Adam Cole belongs in A. He's always going to give you a solid match. He's always going to be one of the better matches on the event. Maybe not the best match on the card, but he's reliable. Hangman Adam Page. I kind of feel the same way about Adam, both of the Adams rather, because I think that Adam Page will give you a solid match no matter what either, and he has improved tenfold on the mic in the last couple of years. So I'm gonna toss him up in A as well. Alex Reynolds, one half of Beaver Boys, part of the Dark Order. I think that he's a good hand in the ring, but he's just overshadowed by other people in the faction. I think he belongs in C. Andrade El Idolo, another one of their better workers. Andrade is always going to give you a really solid match, really good match. His promos are always kind of funny to watch. Not funny, but like his English is very, it's not too good, so they're interesting to watch, but definitely a solid A. And Helico, he's another one who's really solid in the ring, but he just doesn't get like the time. I mean, he was teaming with Jack for a while, and then Jack got released. He's a really strong C. I mean, he's almost a B, but I just got to put him in C because he just doesn't do much. Angelo Parker, part of 3.0, was part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Thank God that's done. Man, as a tag team, I think they're awesome. I think that they're really good in the ring, really good as a tag team, and they're really good on the mic. So I'm going to put him in B. Anthony, good old Anthony Bowens. I think that they're also one of the better tag teams in AEW. Still got a lot of room to grow because they're young. Him and Max Caster. I'm going to put him in B as well. I think he's really solid. He's part of one of the better tag teams they got there. And now we got Anthony Ogogo, who I just could never get behind. I mean, I don't even think he's in AEW anymore, but I'm going to put him in D. Now, Arrow Fox. Arrow Fox is a dude I've been watching for like, 15 years at this point. I'm just so proud of this dude to finally be on a big scale wrestling show. The dude deserves it. He's amazing in the ring. Definitely belongs in A. Ari Daivari, part of the Trustbusters, or at least he was. I'm not really sure if the Trustbusters are even around anymore because Dark went away a while back. So a lot of these guys, we only see them on a Ring of Honor or, squash matches. But Ari's a C. I think that he was pretty solid in the ring. Nothing too crazy. Austin Gunn, part of the Ass Boys, and the better of the two in my opinion. I think that he definitely outshines his brother Colton a bit. But the thing is, Colton's gotten better over the years as well. So, but I mean, Austin's definitely going to go in B. Bandito. Haven't been able to see much as far as like promos go or anything like that, probably because he doesn't speak very good English. But the dude is an ace in the ring. He's very solid in the ring. I'm going to put him in A. Big Bill. Cass, Exile. Well, thank God he doesn't know by that. He doesn't go by that anymore. But man, I think that Big Bill has one of the best redemption arcs in wrestling history, man. I think the dude is awesome. He was going down the wrong path, was really struggling with alcoholism, and then just turned his life around. And really just, I mean, his look now is awesome. His presence is scary. That big boot he throws, is damn good. He's a B. He's almost an A, man. I think Big Bill's on the rise. Literally, I think he could be a future AEW World Champ. Eventually. Maybe not soon, but eventually. Billy Gunn. Talk about longevity with this guy. The guy is in his 50s, but moves like he's in his 30s. He moves better than some of the guys on the roster. I'm going to put him right next to his son, Austin. Brandon Cutler. Man, if y'all would have seen this guy, I mean, I'm sure a lot of y'all did, but some of the tag matches this man did in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla with his brother, he would tear it up over there. They would do some good matches, but the thing is, he's just a goon now. He ain't doing much right now. And I'm sure he's fine with that, making a bag of money doing that, but I'm going to put him on D. He ain't doing much. Brian Cage. He's another one of those guys who's just, he's okay in the ring, but like, he has no personality. It's like, who better? Like, what are you going to steal freaking Canyon stuff, man? It's like, I mean, I know Canyon like trained him and was really close to him, but still. I mean, he's solid. I'm going to give him a high C. High C. High C for punch. All right, Brock Anderson. I don't have much to say about the guy. I'm going to put him a D. He just has not shown much. All right, we got Brody King. I mean, obviously one of my favorites in AEW. I love the big dudes who can move, and Brody's no exception. Brody goes an A. Now, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Quite possibly the best wrestler in AEW. Always going to give you the best or a top 2 or 3 match on the card. The guy is one of the best in the world. Definitely belongs in S. Buddy Murphy. He's one of those dudes who is just fire in the ring. But I just hasn't really shown me from a character standpoint what he can do. I mean, he's probably the buffest dude in AEW, but as it stands right now, I'm gonna put him in B. He's not as good as his other stable mates, in my opinion. Cash Wheeler, part of FTR. You know, I actually prefer Cash over Dax personally. I know that's probably not the popular opinion, but I think he edges Dax out a little bit. I think they're both solid, but he edges Dax out just a little bit. Where is Dax? I can go and just put Dax. I'm going to put Dax right up there next to him. I think he's also B, but I think that Cash is better than Dax, personally. Chris Jericho, Mr. 15 nicknames. Listen, man, I appreciate everything this man's done in the industry. And, you know, I appreciate everything he's done for AEW as far as getting them on the map and stuff and, you know, being a big name to help draw viewers. But, man, his stuff lately has just been, I don't know, man. I just almost insufferable sometimes. I mean, sometimes he can put on an okay match, but lately it's just, Christian Cage, your father. Another dude who's just had a really awesome resurgence in AEW to where, you know, putting on some of the best work, man. He's putting on some of the best stories. Like, this, your father figure is hilarious, man. I honestly love it. And he's current TNT champ, for now at least. I'm going to put him in B. I think he's doing a really good job here. Chris Daniels, indie legend. I mean, the dude has done it all, at least on the indie circuit. I can't say the same, and AEW hasn't done too much, but he's doing a lot of backstage work for them. I'm going to go ahead and toss him in B, just for everything he does, between the showing up when he needs to and performing, and then doing the talent work in the back as well. Chuck Taylor's another one, dude, that's been around forever, just chugging on the indies for as long as I can remember. But, you know, not doing too much nowadays with the best friends, but, you know, him and Trent will always have a soft place in my heart. I love those dudes. I think that they deserve a title run, man. I think they really do. They've been there since the beginning. You know, always been there, done everything that Tony asked. I think that they deserve a title run. I'm definitely going to put Trent. I'm going to put Trent as well, right next to Chuck. They're both B. They're B+ players, honestly. You know, I think they're awesome. Claudio Castagnoli. Another one of the, I mean, I'm going to put him right up there next to his stablemate, Bryan Danielson. I mean, Claudio just is always just going to give you 100%. The dude is just bleeds intensity, and his promos are getting better, believe it or not, man. I mean, I like Claudio a lot. Punkerton. Some of these dudes aren't even in AEW anymore, and I think that's pretty funny, but dude, Punk was gonna, you know, Punk's good, man. Punk is great in the ring. He's great at telling a story. He's great at working a match, but man, he just was too much trouble for the company, and just, you know, and I get why they parted ways with him. But I mean, on a purely a wrestling standpoint and everything, I gotta throw him an A. I mean, he's a solid wrestler, but man, he's just not worth it in the long run. That's funny, having Colt Cabana right next to CM Punk. Man, I love Colt. I love his podcast. I love a lot of his work in the 2000s, but like lately, he's just, every time I see him in the ring, it's kind of slow. He's getting older, so what do you expect? Colton Gunn, the other half of the Ass Boys. See, like I said earlier, Austin's definitely the better of the two. Colton's improved, but still not quite a B in my opinion. I'm gonna throw him in C. Danhausen, very scary, very evil. It will curse you. Okay, please tell me to never try to do that again. Danhausen's the good kind of funny, man. Like, I like a little bit of silliness in my wrestling, not too much over the top, but Danhausen hits it right, and I'm going to throw him in B. I think he just, the perfect combination of, he can work in the ring when he needs to. He wrestled a lot when he was Donovan Danhausen, but now he's, hey, I don't blame him. He's getting it back and doing a lot less work, so. Daniel Garcia. Man, he's one of the young dudes in the promotion that just has nothing but room to grow, and he's already fantastic in the ring. I think he's like 25 or something like that, which is incredible. You know what? I'm going to put him at A, man. I think Dan Garcia is putting on some amazing matches every time he puts them in the ring, and that dance is really contagious. What can I say? Poor Dante Martin, man. The dude is just, I feel like, this tag team is cursed. Him and his brother, man. It's like either one of them are hurt all the time. Same thing with Aussie Open, dude. Those dudes just can't catch a break. Dante is amazing though when he's actually healthy, and he's a B for sure. And he's better than Darius in my opinion. Darius was injured for a year, so he had a lot less time to improve compared to Dante. Darius will go and see. I think he's a solid player, but he's just not to the level of his brother yet. Darby Allin, the bump machine of AEW. I mean, this man has put his life in the hands of AEW, essentially, by just jumping off everything it can and getting bumped on everything it can. I mean, that scoop slam he took from Christian Cage onto the stairs was just brutal, man. I'm going to put him in A. I think the dude is a solid, and he's always going to give you a great match. Dustin Rhodes, baby. I mean, the dude has done a ton in the past, but it's crazy he could still go right now, man. He's one of those guys that just has been around forever, but can just go. I mean, him and Cody put on a hell of a match, man. When back in the day, I think that was like 2019, but that was a killer match. I'm gonna put Dustin in B. I think he's solid. The King, Eddie Kingston. Man, one of my favorites. Honestly, he's probably a top 5 for me, man. Eddie's just awesome. The passion he brings to his promos, like it doesn't get more real than Eddie. Eddie's an S for me, man. He's just freaking awesome. Ethan Page, all ego Ethan Page. Man, Ethan, I feel like he kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. I feel like this man could play whatever role you give him, but he just has the right role. He just has to get the right role, you know what I mean? That doesn't really make sense, but you know what I mean. He's solid, but he just has to have the proper role. I'm gonna put him in B. I think he can get the job done. He just has to have the right role. Evil Uno, another dude who has a soft spot in my heart because I've been watching him for, as long as I've been watching indie wrestling. Back when he was Player Uno and Chikara. Not doing too much nowadays, but I'm gonna throw him in B. I think that he's awesome. Who the fuck is this guy? Garrison Cade. Or no, not Garrison Cade. Griff Garrison. Garrison Cade, my God. Griff Garrison has never done nothing for me. I'm going to throw him in D. Hook. I feel like Hook had this aura on him when he first came in. He was a lot cooler at first and a lot more fun to watch. Now I kind of lost it. I know he's doing the whole Orange Cassidy thing, but he's a C for me right now. I mean, he's young. He's still a young dude. He's like 23 or 24. He's got a lot of room to improve as well. Isaiah Cassidy. Mr. Moan in your ear. Oh, boy. I love Isaiah Cassidy. I can't lie. I think that him and Mark Quinn are actually really, really solid in the ring. And, I can't wait for Private Party to get back because they put on some really fun tag matches. I'm going to put Isaiah Cassidy in B. I'm going to put Mark Quinn in B as well. Where's Mark Quinn? I believe that's Mark Quinn there. I'm going to put Mark Quinn right next to him. Wait. Can y'all just be next to each other, dang it? There you go. There we go. All right, Jungle Boy. The damn heathen who got CM Punk all riled up to get all mad. Yeah, Jungle Boy, he's solid in the ring, man. And he's considered one of the quotation pillars, but I mean, I can't stand that. It's been so overused at this point, but man, Jungle Jack Perry, just he needs to get better, man. You know, he's not good on the ring he's not good on the mic he's not that good on the mic. He's solid in the ring. You know, he belongs in C. Mr. Purple Hat Jake Hager. He's one of those dudes who he just excels at being the big dude in the stable. That's what he's good at. He's just good at being that guy who can whip ass whenever he needs to. But aside from that, it's about it. I'm gonna throw him in C. Jay Lethal. I've had conversations about him in the past with people about how he's just that guy who's always going to give you that middle of the road match every single show. Always going to give you a good match. It's always going to be a reliable match. He belongs in B, in my opinion. Now this one's where it's going to get a little strange, in my opinion. Jay White, Jay White's been around for years now, and he has not clicked for me, man. I don't know what it is, but like, I know he's got the mic skills, but when he's in the ring, he just puts me to sleep, dude. I don't know what it is. He's in C for me, man. He's in C for me. Could go up, maybe my mind will change over time, but like right now, he's a C. Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys. Man, I hate to say this, man, but what have they done in AEW? They haven't really done too much, man, except put on mediocre matches. I mean, they had that match, The Compound, which was, you know, honestly really entertaining to watch. But yeah, I don't know, man. They just haven't done too much. I'm gonna put both the Hardys actually in C. Like, I mean, they're still got their spot on the card, but it's like, I don't know. They're not what they once were, obviously. Now, Jeff Jarrett, though, I'll be honest, I thought when Jeff Jarrett was going to come in, it was going to be a nightmare, man. I thought he was going to come in and he was going to start burying people. He was going to get the international strap or the TNT strap immediately. I thought it was going to be one of those things. But he's actually done a pretty good job molding into his little spot in the stable and putting people over, really. You know, he's been putting some people over for what I've been seeing. But for what I'm going to put him in C. You know, he's not doing he's got a decent spot. John Silver, the milkman himself. Or the Meat Man? I don't freaking remember, but I love John Silver. I think John's better than Alex personally, and I want to throw him in B. I think he can get the job done when he needs to, especially in singles, man. He can go. Him versus Brian Cage from PWG is still so funny to watch because he was like bench pressing Brian Cage. It was wild. Okay, we got John Morrison, or what? I don't know what he's Johnny TV. Is that what he goes by now? I mean, the dude's barely done anything. I think John Morrison himself is actually a pretty solid wrestler, but just as is right now, he's a C. Moxley. Man, personally, without Moxley, I don't think that AEW would be where they are. I think that he did a lot for them early on, and I think he's still doing a lot for them in the Combat Club, whatever. But he's not quite an A with his counterpart, or a B, an S, but I'm definitely gonna give him an A. I think that Mox is awesome. He's one of the better wrestlers they have, and always puts on a really entertaining match. And his promos are passionate, and you know he's a good hand for sure. This is we got Josh Woods down here, man, right here. That's where Josh Woods can go. God, I cannot stand that dude. I think he's awful in the ring. I think I don't like anything about him. Juice Robinson, on the other hand, big fan of Juice. I think Juice on the mic is hilarious. I think he's solid in the ring. He gets the job done. He's a B. Keith Lee. Keith Lee. Man, Keith Lee's always going to have another one who has a soft place in my heart because I've been watching him for pretty much his entire rise, man, through NXT and everything, and not doing as much nowadays, but he could if they gave him the spot to do it, he could do whatever they wanted him to. Kenny Omega, the Bout Machine. I mean, I feel like it'd be an idiot if I didn't put him in S. The dude's just gonna put on one of the best matches every single card. I mean, it's Kenny, man. I mean, what can you say about Kenny? Kip Sabian. Another one I haven't really seen much of lately, but when I did see him back in the day, he was pretty entertaining to watch. But I'm gonna toss him and see, just because I mean, he doesn't have a huge part on the show, and yeah, that's whatever. Commander, a relatively new addition to the AEW roster. I mean, sometime in the last 6 months, I think. But dude, Commander's insane in the ring. The dude has some of the best rope movements I've ever seen. Can do the twist or the Phoenix, the inverted Phoenix. Stardust Press is what it's called. There we go. The Stardust Press. The dude is just awesome. Konosuke Takeshita. I mean, it's crazy that this dude's been around for as long as he has. I mean, I don't watch DDT enough to know, you know. And when he finally started coming over to the States, you know, that's when I noticed him and saw what a worker he was. I mean, Takeshi's awesome. He belongs in A. Kyle Fletcher, part of Aussie Open. Another tag team that is just feels like they are tainted, man. But I love them, dude. I love Aussie Open. I think they're one of the best tag teams that the AEW has right now, and they were an awesome signing. They just got to stay healthy, man. For now, I'm going to put them in B. They're borderline A, though. There's Mark Davis. I'll put him in right next to him because I love both of them. I probably like Mark Davis a little bit more. Close your eyes and count to fuck is probably one of the coolest moves in wrestling today, dude. Grab him by the ankles, bring him up, and pile drive the shit out of him. That is awesome. Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sure the dude's coming back soon. I mean, Kyle's awesome, but we've seen so little of him because, you know, I think he had a baby or something. But he's a high B. Kyle O'Reilly's a high B. Lance Archer. Lance Archer is somebody who is completely underutilized in my opinion. The dude's a monster. He's got the look. He can promo. He can wrestle. He can do it all. And they're just not using him, and I don't know why. I think Lance Archer belongs in A. Honestly, I think he's an A. I think that he can bring it to the table if they need him to, but, you know. Lee Johnson. Man, I just haven't seen that much of him lately. You know, I just know what I have seen. He is really solid in the ring, but I'm just going to put him at C. Lee Moriarty. I think that Lee Moriarty is fantastic in the ring, man. When they give him the chance, I'm gonna put him at B. Luchasaurus. I feel like this guy has struggled with his footing since Jurassic Express went kaput. But I don't know. I think he can bring to the table when he needs to. He can do the big guy stuff, but I don't know. He's a C right now. He has a lot of room to improve besides just being the big guy in the stable. Maybe lose the mask. I mean, I know that's controversial, but you know, I think he might go farther without the mask, honestly. Okay, Luther just going right in D. I mean, he's there because he's Jericho's friend. That's about it. Malachi Black, probably the best wrestler in the House of Black. Right up there next to Brody King. I think him and Brody are a match made in heaven, honestly. But he's awesome. I think he stuck out a little bit at the beginning, but, you know, he fits better now. Mark Briscoe. Man, you know, I think Mark, you know, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, but he was definitely overshadowed by his brother pretty much his entire life. You know, Jay got the Ring of Honor strap. Mark didn't, but dude, Mark is fantastic in the ring, bro. I'm gonna put him at B. I think that Mark is a solid hand. He's damn near an A, man. He's very clean in the ring, and I feel like I didn't see that until he started wrestling a lot of singles. But yeah, he's solid. Now we're on to Smart Mark Sterling. Honestly, one of the better managers that they have there. I think he could talk on the mic too, and honestly, he could bump too when they throw him in the ring. I'm gonna put him at B. I know that's crazy, but I mean, he does his spot really well in my opinion. Nick Jackson, or is that Matt Jackson? Yeah, that's Matt Jackson. The Young Bucks. I'll probably just do them together. I mean, the Bucks are good, man. They're kind of annoying, but like they're always gonna put on a solid match. In my opinion, at least, I'll put the Bucks right there in B as well. They're just, they were better in the past. They're still solid, but they're all right. Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. gonna put it right up there next to Angelo Parker. I think that they're awesome. Could be because I've been watching them since their Shikara days back in the 2000s as well, but I don't know. That's where he belongs. Matt Sydal, the master of the shooting star press, or once was at least, until he debuted in AEW and slipped. That was unfortunate, but man, nowadays Matt's probably sitting there in C. But I mean, at his prime, he was an A-S player for sure. He was really good. Max Caster, better on the mic than Anthony Bones, in my opinion, but not as good in the ring. I'm gonna put him right next to Anthony Bones up there in B. I think that they both belong up there. Michael Nakazawa, for some reason, is here. I'm just gonna toss him in D because, I mean, Nakazawa's fine, but like he just doesn't do much. Miro, another guy that they're just not doing too much with. I mean, I know they're doing the Lana storyline right now, but I feel like they always do storylines with his wife, and it's just weird, man. It's like, let him do his thing. I'm gonna toss him in B. He's just kind of going with the flow right now, but I think he can do better things, honestly. The AEW champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I love Max, man. I know that a lot of people are indecisive about him, but I mean, I think he's one of the best talkers they have in AEW. He's a great champion. He might not be champ for long with his match with Jay coming up, but we'll see about that. -1. I'm just gonna put him in like, why the hell is he even on this list? I mean, he's Brody's son, I get it, but it's like, why? Brody Lee Senior is on the list as well, which is kind of awesome. I love Brody. Gone way too soon. Rest in peace. Definitely, and he was, man, getting into his stride as well when he came to AEW. Man, that was like some of his best work ever, man. I love that stuff. Nick Camarado, is he even with AEW anymore? I haven't seen him in a hot minute, but he had the look, man. He looked like a beast, but he just never impressed me too much. I'm gonna put him in C. Nick Wayne, the young superstar, man. Nick is really good for his age. I think he's like 18 or something like that. A lot of room to improve. I think he's just having a blast right now, being, playing with the big stars right now. I think it's all good for him, but I'm gonna throw him in C. Orange Cassidy, Orange Cassidy is like the workhorse of AEW, man. Like, the dude defended that international title like 40 times or something like that, something insane, and putting on great matches the entire time, man. I think that OC is underrated, man. I think that he belongs up there in A with all the other big guys. Ortiz, man, I never really could get behind Ortiz myself. Like, I guess as a singles competitor, I loved Pride and Powerful, or whatever the hell they're, PNP, him and Santana. But I heard that they had a lot of beef apparently, and now they're feuding, on Rampage. So it's like, I'll toss him in C. Santana is better in my opinion, but I think he's still a C. I don't know. What they're doing right now is just, I know that Santana was injured for a long time. Maybe if I did this list next year, it'd be different, but that's where they're at right now. Pac is another one who's like, where the hell is Pac at, man? Visa issues or injuries? I don't know, but Pac is an A, man. Pac's always going to give you one of the best matches on the card. The dude's fantastic. Parker Boudreaux, I didn't even know he was still in the company. He can go right to D. That guy was just terrible in the ring. Paul White. Why he's on here, I don't know. I guess he did wrestle. He did just wrestle on Dynamite and took a scoop slam on the car. What a nut! I'm gonna put him in C just because he took that scoop slam, because that was crazy. He's too old to be doing that stuff. Penta, part of the Lucha Bros. Another, Penta and Ray both have been another huge commodity to Tony Khan. They've done so much for the company. They've been there pretty much since the beginning. I think him and Ray both belong in A, honestly. Wherever Ray's at. Where you at, Ray? Yeah, you are. I'm gonna put Ray and look at that. Death Triangle actually is all together. That's funny. There, I'll put them there. Ray, Penta, and Pac all right next to each other. All A players. They're all really awesome. Peter Avalon. Man, I like Brady Peter, but like he's just not doing much. I'm gonna put him in D. Powerhouse Hobbs. Man, dude, talk about dude has come a long way. Another dude who's been there since relatively the beginning, but is just a force to be reckoned with now. He put Jericho down in like 5 minutes the other night. Like, that was crazy. Like, you know what? I'm going to put Hobbs in A, man. I think that Hobbs is just really molding into a good spot where he, in AEW right now. So, Preston Vance, was he number 10? I forget. Man, see, this is another dude who I think benefited a lot from taking the mask off. Because, dude, he looks like $1 million. He's buff as hell. Still has a lot of room to work in the ring, so I'm going to throw him in C. QT Marshall. Man, I know he does so much backstage and stuff, but every time I see him in the ring, it's just like, meh. He's just kind of boring. I'm going to throw him in C. Ricky Starks. Opposite of boring, in my opinion. I think he's one of the better talkers on the mic that they have in AEW right now. And he's really just, I don't know, been improving every year. Just getting better and better, and just kind of molding into something that I think that AEW is going to keep for a long time. Hopefully he stays with AEW. He's really solid. Man, Ricky's going an A for me, man. I think Ricky's really solid. I think that, he gets the job done. Alrighty, Roderick Strong. This wheelchair stuff he's doing with a broken neck is actually really hilarious. And, Adam! Some of the best stuff that he's been doing. I mean, Roddy's awesome. Roddy's going an A. Rouge. Man, I'll be honest. Before he came to AEW, I wasn't the biggest fan of Rouge. I don't know why. I couldn't get behind him. But, man, he's putting on some bangers since he came to AEW. And I'm going to put him in A. I mean, I think Rouge is actually really solid. Sammy Guevara. Man. See, he's like a catch-22, man, because he's pretty solid in the ring, but like he's just his promos are annoying, his voice is annoying. I'm gonna put him in a high C. I don't know. Sammy's Sammy for me. Now Joe, on the other hand, this dude, I gotta give credit for this man holding AEW together through the Punk stuff, because apparently he was the one who separated everybody backstage and was like, yo, get your shit together. We got the biggest show of our lives to put on right now. Dude, he's going an S. Joe is just a legend, man. Satnam Singh, the 7'5" huge guy in Jay Lethal's faction. I actually think Satnam for a big guy is actually pretty solid. That twirly bird spinning powerbomb thing he does is insane, especially with how tall he is. I'm gonna put him in C, but I think that's a good rating for him, because he doesn't do much, but I appreciate what he does, if that makes any sense. Now, Scorpio Sky. I mean, I read some stuff the other week about him, about how people just can't get behind Scorpio Sky, but man, I love him. I've loved Scorpio Sky since he was in a mask, bro. That dude is awesome. Moves better in the ring than most, and I'm putting him in A. I love Scorpio Sky. I think he's fantastic, man. Serpentico. David Arquette. No, I'm just joking. That's an inside joke that with me and my friends. So we think David Arquette is Serpentico in a mask. Serpentico's fine. He gets, he does what he needs to do, but I'm gonna toss him in C. He's there. Captain Sean Dean, same thing. Gonna toss him in C. He's just kind of there. I mean, he gets the job done. I think he's in that Army team. I forget who he's with. I think is it him and Lee Johnson? I think. But anyways, he's pretty solid. Shawn Spears, I didn't even know was still in AEW, honestly. I haven't seen him in God knows how long. I'm gonna toss Shawn and C. He's just kind of there. Hasn't done anything spectacular in AEW. Now Sanjay Dutt. I'll be honest, I love Sanjay Dutt. I think he's awesome. I think he was a fantastic wrestler when he did work, and I think he's a fantastic manager with his spot now. And when they throw him in a match, he takes his one bump. I mean, he does everything he needs to. I'm gonna throw him in B. Sonny Kiss. Man, I actually think Sonny Kiss was one of the better wrestlers in the Trustbusters, man. They came out and whooped ass, man. I'm gonna throw them in C. but almost a B. Sonny's actually really good. Sting, the icon Sting. You know, I want to be mad about him showing up at AEW and being in his 60s, but the dude has been doing some crazy shit, dude. Like, especially for his age, diving off a ladder to the outside table and busting his mouth and diving off the entryways through tables. Like, the dude is just wild, and I'm going to throw him in B. I mean, I can go without his matches, but it's just kind of insane to see what he's been doing. On to Stokely Hathaway. Honestly, this dude is so damn funny. One of the best mouthpieces we have at AEW, and he just improves any story he's in my opinion. You know, he's the best manager that we have, and I'm gonna put him in A. I think he's awesome. Stu Grayson. Honestly, a beast of a man, a beast of a base. For how small he is, you know, the dude is just strong as hell. I'm gonna put him up right there next to Uno and B. I think they're awesome, and I would love to see them get tag team gold. I just don't think that'll happen. Swerve Strickland, baby. He's a top 5 in AEW right now, in my opinion, dude. He deserves the strap next. Well, if Adam Cole takes it off of MJF, Swerve needs to take it from Adam. Swerve's an S, man. Swerve is just so crisp in the ring. It's incredible. Butcher and the Blade. You know, I like the Butcher and the Blade a lot. I think that they have the look. You know, they're both pretty solid in the ring. I just think that they're just getting overshadowed by other tag teams that maybe they shouldn't be getting overshadowed by. I think they're both B players, man. I think they both can bring it to the table if they need to. Tony Nese, another Trust Buster. But I don't even know if he's in the Trust Busters anymore. But I'm gonna throw him up there next to Sonny Kiss because he's a solid player. Wardlow, man. I feel like Wardlow's unlucky, man. I don't know what it is about Wardlow, but like he just can't gain any traction. That just might be Wardlow. I don't know, man. Maybe he belongs in WWE. Maybe he would suit better there. But for now, I'm gonna toss him. I'm gonna put him in B. I mean, I like Wardlow, but it's just like I can't sink my teeth into him, man. I want him. He needs something. He needs some. I don't know what he needs, but he needs something. Wheeler Yuta, the third member of BCC. I don't know where I'm gonna put you. Like, I almost want to put. Yuta belongs in B. Yuta's been putting, and he's been getting his ass beat pretty much every bout that BCC has. He's the guy who gets his ass beat. Like, Claudia and Brian aren't gonna take the bumps. It's gonna be Wheeler. So I gotta put him up there. And things with Zach Clayton, oh boy. Another dude I could just never get behind. I dug his finisher though. He did a version of Akiyama's Sternest Dust. Like, it was like an outside wrist clutch fisherman buster. It was pretty cool. But I'm gonna put him in D because he just didn't do nothing for me. But that's my list, man. Only a handful of people made it an S. Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Kingston, Kenny Omega, MJF, Samoa Joe, and Swerve Strickland. A lot of A players in AEW and a ton of mid-range B and C players. I hope you guys liked the first video, man. There's going to be more to come, obviously. I got a lot of ideas for this channel. And thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.